Hello, distance learners. This is Mary Hibden, and I'm attempting again to video to help you understand range, domain, and functions. So you had this worksheet and you had a couple of videos to watch by Dr. Prince. So what I'm going to do now is try to go through some of that. So get out that paper. It's far away, and again, this is me just trying to do something different. So I'm going to help you the best I can with this. The first one up here says identify domain and range, then represent the relation as a table, mapping, and graph. Well, this is a table. This is mapping. And you should know that this is a graph. So it asks for the domain and the range. Well, on everything we've had so far, X equals the domain, the input, and the independent variable. So these are ordered pairs, and ordered pairs are ordered because they're ordered from X to Y. Each ordered pair is XY, 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 and XY. So they want the domain, so they want the X values. So for the first one up here, I'm going to put this in note, set notation. So this is -5, -4, -2, 0, and 1. For your range, those are the Y values, or the outputs, or the dependent variable. It would do you well to make sure you keep notes of this and understand, get a grasp of the difference between the X values and the Y values, independent variable. So the range are the Y values, so I'm just going to put those in set notation. And that's going to be 4, -1, I think that's -1, 1, 4, we don't need to put 4 again, and 3. Yep, that's it. So now I'm going to take them and I'm going to put them over here in the table. And the table is going to be, again, this is the input, and this is the output. So X is going to be -5 and 4. It's just that ordered pair. -4 and -1, -2 and 1, 0, 4, and 1, 3. For the mapping, always on the left side is the X, and over here is the Y. And we have -5, -4, -2, 0, and 1. And on this side, on the Y values, we have 4, -1, 1, 4, and 3. So to map, we connect them. And that's all we have to do. Now, for the graph, we just find the ordered pair. This is the X-axis, this is the Y-axis. So I go -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the X, and +4 on the Y, so there's your point. That is -5, 4. I've got -4, -1. So I go from 0, 0, which is the origin of the coordinate graph. You have x going horizontally, this is your x-axis, and the one vertical is your y-axis. So I have -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, -1. So that ordered pair is -4, -1. Then I have -2, 1, -2, 1. I have 0, 4, here is 0 on the x-axis, and 1, 2, 3, 4 on the y-axis. So this is 0, 4. And then I have 1, 3. I go over 1 and up 1, 2, 3. So this point is 1, 3. Always, you put ordered pairs in parentheses and you order them from left to right. X coming before Y. I'm going to leave this one for you to do, and then I'm going to go up and we're going to try the next part. The next part is, it says identify the domain and the range of each graph. For the first one and the second one, they're just points on the graph. So all we have to do first is identify what the points are. And in this one, it's 2, 4, 6. It's -6, -1. X, Y. That's this point right here. Then I've got this point right here, which is -1 and 1, 2, 3. -1, 3. This one is 2, 0. Because on the x-axis it goes over 2, but it doesn't go up or down on the y. This one is 4 on the x and -2 on the y. And then this one is, looks like it's 5, 3. So once I get those points plotted and I know what they are, then my domain is just my x values. So I have -6, -1, 2, 4, and 5. X values here, 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 and here. So let's do the y, or the range. I'll change colors in case you can zoom in and see this better. So the range is the y values. I've got -1, I have 3, I have 0, I have -2, and I have 3 again. So there's no reason to put that one up there again. So you should be able to do this one the same way. Down here, for this one, the domain and the range, is this line goes all the way this way forever and all the way this way forever, because it has an arrow on the end. So this goes in the X and the Y. Down this way, it goes to -infinity. It goes forever and ever to -infinity. And up this way, it's going up. We've got the x-axis, shows that it keeps going that way, and it keeps going this way. So it's positive x and positive y. So that is to positive infinity. So for that, we say that it's all real numbers, because it includes everything. It includes all the negative numbers and all the positive numbers. So we say all real numbers. And that hashtag stands for numbers. So the domain is all real numbers, and the way that's noted is with 2 lines and an R. And for this one also, it's all real numbers. All real numbers. All right, now I'm going to move this up a little bit so you can see, no, well, I'll just leave it where it is. We have to identify the domain and the range for these. Well, for this one here, domain is the X value. So right here is where my X value is for this point. This is X. And for my X value on this side, as you can see, it just keeps going on and on forever, and that's negative infinity. So my range for this one, and your domain, and you're going to write it down below here in the little box like that, but it's negative infinity and here's 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4. So it ends at 4. It doesn't go any farther on the x-axis that way, but over here it just keeps going on and on forever. This is called interval notation with a parentheses for negative infinity, because you don't ever know, that never ends, so it just keeps going. So that's negative infinity, and then it does end at 4. So that is your domain. Now, I'm going to erase that so I can do the range, but this is a recording, so you can go back and look at it again. So I'm going to go here. And now I'm going to look at the range, which is the Y value. So the Y value is up here and down here, or it's right here. Okay, well, let's see. The Y value is going up and down. So if this keeps going like this, it's going to continue to go up and up. And if it goes here, it's going to continue to go down, down and down, this way. So I have, for my range, as you see, this goes up in a positive direction, so this is positive infinity. This one is going to go down and down and down for as far as it'll go, so that's negative infinity. So the the range, the Y values, the range is here and here. So if we have a negative infinity and a positive infinity, which we can write parentheses, negative infinity, positive infinity, that also stands for all real numbers. Okay, let's go to the next one. The next one is a little different. It shows that it goes, this one, it goes out like this, and it's going to go out that way, and it's going to go out this way, which is the X, or the domain. When it goes out this way, which is, this is an arrow and it's going out that way, that's positive infinity. And over here, I'm still doing just the X values, because that's what the domain is the X value. And it's going this way, and that's to negative infinity. So my domain is negative infinity to positive infinity. So my domain is going to equal all real numbers. And it can also be written as negative infinity, positive infinity. Now I'm going to erase this so that I can do the range. Okay, range is the Y value. and the y value goes this way and this way. Well, this is going up, and so is this. So it's going up on the y, so it's going to continue to go in an upward direction, so that's positive infinity. It's going up, that's my y value from here up, it's positive, so it's going up. But what about down? No, the end does not show that it's going down. But I have this point and this point. And on the y-axis, that's -1. So as far as it goes in this direction, it stops at -1. This graph stops at -1. So your range is -1 and positive infinity. Again, because my points here on the graph, that's where they end, and that's at -1. This is 0, 0. So I went down 1, so that's -1 on the x-axis. I'm sorry, -1 on the y-axis, because we're doing the range, we're doing y, and that's where that one ends. So it's at -1. But on the y-axis going up, it keeps going, so it is -1 and positive infinity. So that is your range. Let's look at that next one over there. I'm just trying to give you a feel of what they're like. They are a little more difficult than some things, writing the range and the domain, but the more practice you get, the better you get at it. Okay, let me move this up a little bit. And so this last one here, let me see if I want to do, I'm going to let you try number 8, and I will send the correct answers to that one later. I'm going to let you do 10 and 11, because I think you can do those too. But I can either do 9 or 12, because they're both closed, they're both a circle. Well, this is a square, this is a circle, but they're closed. So I'm going to start, and I'll just work this one. So I have a point here and a point here. I have a solid point here and a solid point here. Now, on the x-axis, this is as far as this graph goes on the x-axis at 1, 2, 3. This is +3 on the x-axis and 0 on the y. That's x. This is -3 and 0, and that's x, and that's y. X, y. And I don't need to put +3. It's understood. Okay, so if we have this should be as far as it goes to the left. So my domain is -3. It includes -3. And it goes that way, +3. And it includes +3. So your domain or your input or your x values go from here to here. So we put that from -3 to +3. So that's your domain. Now, your range is vertical. That's your y. So your range is what's in between here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 0, -4. That's the ordered pair, and that's the y value. And down here is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 0 on the x and -4 on the y. So those are your numbers that are going to have the range. The range is going to be, oh, sorry, that's +4. 4 and -4. So I got -4. Does it include -4? Yes, it's a colored in point. And then up here is +4. And we got it. Questions? No. Okay. This one, again, see the arrows? That means this is going to go up this way. And in saying the same thing, as it goes up this way, it's going to go out that way. So it goes out on the X, up on the Y, and again, arrow means it's going up and out over here. So for your X values, it goes all the way this way and all the way this way. This way on the left is negative infinity. This way over here is positive infinity. So you should know that your domain for this one should be all real numbers, because it goes to negative infinity to the left and to positive infinity on the right. Okay, let's check about the range. You can rewind and watch that again if you need to, just to get it. I have the range is the Y values. Now, we know it goes up like this, so it's going to positive infinity on the range, on the Y-axis. And then we have these. There are no arrows going down, but we have these. This is where the Y value stops. 1, 2. This is -2 on the Y value, so it only goes down to -2. So your range is going to be -2, colored in points, and then it goes up because these go up. So these, it doesn't say that it goes this way again. It just says that the end behavior goes up. So if the end behavior goes up, that's the end of the line. Doesn't say it's going to do this again. So that's going to be positive infinity. So range for this one. This one over here. You're going to have some more of these to work on the review that we've got coming up, the test review. So this one is your X. Your line goes forever, your end behavior goes forever out that way on the X values. On the X axis, it goes out, so that's positive infinity, and this is negative infinity. So for your domain, that's going to be negative infinity to positive infinity. Now up and down, this line is only here on the Y-axis. It's only here. All through here. It's only here. So X is -1, -1. Why do I keep saying that? This is the Y value. X here would be -3, -1. This one is +2, -1. So if you follow me, the Y values are -1. So that's the only Y value you have. So the range is just what you have in Y values, and that is -1. Okay, I hope that's helped. I'm going to send some more stuff out later, but go ahead and watch this. Do the best you can on this sheet. Send it in through Teams. That's where I'm getting all my stuff right now. Again, I'm new. I'm new to all of that technology, so I have to do what I can do best, and right now, Teams seems the simplest for me. See y'all again real soon. Bye.